Here's the secret almost nobody gets right. A vaccine doesn't fight the disease. It never throws a single punch. Your body fights the disease, the same way it always has. The vaccine does one quiet, clever thing first. It shows your soldiers what the enemy looks like before the real battle begins. No swords drawn, no blood spilled, just a face studied in advance. So this army knows exactly who to stop. Welcome to Immunology Studio. Today, how vaccines work. The military strategy hidden inside your own immune system. We'll walk through a kingdom at peace, a spy with a folded piece of paper, and the morning the real enemy arrived. Imagine a kingdom at peace. The walls are tall, the gates are strong, and the soldiers, thousands of them, have never once fought a war. They drill, they polish their armor. But not one of them has ever seen the enemy's face. If a stranger walked through light tomorrow, they wouldn't know whether to bow to him or block his path. Among them are two ordinary guards. Bram, broad-shouldered and slow to anger, who can hold a gate alone. And Edda, quick-eyed, the one who notices the thing everyone else walks past. Good soldiers, untested soldiers, the most dangerous kind, the kind who've never met what they're meant to stop. One gray morning, a spy slips through a side door. He doesn't carry a weapon. He carries paper. He unrolls a single wanted poster and pins it to the barracks wall. A careful drawing of the enemy's face. Not the enemy himself, just a picture. A harmless replica. Ink on parchment, unable to hurt a soul. "Study it," the spy says, and leaves. So they do. Bram traces the jawline with his eyes until he could draw it blind. Edda memorizes the scar, the set of the brow, the way the eyes sit too close together. Day after day, they train against that face. They build defenses shaped exactly to it. By the end of the month, every soldier could pick that face out of a crowd of 10,000 in a single heartbeat. Months pass. The poster yellows on the wall. And then, on an ordinary morning, the gate horn sounds. The real enemy has come over the hill. Flesh and steel this time, no longer ink. But here's what makes the kingdom hold its breath. Then exhale. There is no confusion. Edda sees the face and screams the alarm before the enemy reaches the moat. Bram is already at the gate. The soldiers attack within seconds because they've been waiting for this exact face for months. The enemy is turned back before he can set a single building alight. The kingdom doesn't just survive, it barely takes a scratch. Now run the other story, the one where no spy ever came. The enemy crests the hill and the soldiers freeze. Who is this? Friend? Traitor? Threat? They hesitate. They debate. By the time they understand, the granary is burning and the gate is breached. Slow, confused, overwhelmed. The kingdom might have fallen, not because the soldiers were weak, but because they met the enemy for the first time on the worst possible day. Late that night, Edda looks up at the yellowed poster and understands something simple. We never fought a picture. The picture just taught us how to fight. That wanted poster is a vaccine. The soldiers are your immune system, and the enemy is a virus. Here's the real machinery behind the story. A vaccine introduces a harmless version, or just a piece, of a pathogen to your immune system. A dead or weakened virus, the traditional vaccine. The original wanted poster, a single fragment of the virus's protein, the protein subunit vaccine. Just the enemy's face, nothing else. Or instructions that tell your own cells to build that fragment themselves. The mRNA vaccine, behind the Pfizer and Moderna COVID shots, Whichever arrives, your immune system runs the same three-step drill. 1. It sees the harmless imposter and treats it as a real threat. 2. It builds antibodies, custom weapons shaped to attack that one specific enemy and nothing else. 3. It creates memory cells, the soldiers who remember that face, sometimes for the rest of your life. Then the real virus arrives. The memory cells recognize it instantly. The antibodies are already on the way before the virus can spread, so you either don't get sick at all or recover far faster than someone meeting the enemy for the first time. One thing to be clear about: a vaccine doesn't make you immune to exposure. The enemy can still walk up to the gate. The vaccine just makes sure your army is already there, weapon drawn. Vaccines don't put something foreign in your body and leave it there to do the fighting. They train what's already in your body to fight better and faster. It's not a shield bolted on from the outside. It's a training program for an army you already own. That's why a vaccine can feel like a mild illness. The ache is your soldiers drilling, not the disease. It's why you sometimes still catch the bug, but barely feel it. Your army recognized it at the door. And it's why boosters exist. Memory fades, the poster yellows, and the soldiers study the face again. Understand this one truth, and it changes how you see vaccines forever. They were never about the enemy. They were always about your soldiers. Subscribe. Science. Simplified through stories.